Love. Hey everyone, welcome back to What Valerie Makes. I'm Valerie. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing whether or not I was able to complete my January and February sewing plans. Now in that video, it was like, do you think I can do it? What do y'all think? Is it possible? And most of you are very nice. All of you were very nice and was like, you can do it. So thanks for that encouragement. Now I have my notebook that has all the things that I talked about in that video, and I'm just gonna go down the list and see what I did. So let's get into it. The first thing that I talked about was the Friday Patterned Company Ilford jacket. Did I make it? I did! Here it is. This is the Ilford jacket by Friday Pattern Company, which I already said. But I made the size large and I actually lined it, which the pattern normally isn't lined, but I did line it. I added a bunch of pockets, two of the top pockets with the flap, and then the hand warmer pockets on the bottom. I did the button and placket closure on the sleeves, and yeah. And this was a fabric that I was like, I gotta use or de-stash. So I used it, and it's gonna be perfect for this transitional weather that we are currently having. I'm happy to report that I used the fabric and I made the jacket, and now it's going to be in my wardrobe. I still need to go through and take, I have like little marks from the pattern. So I gotta go and like erase those. But other than that, it's all set. How exciting. So, check. First one. Okay, the next thing I talked about, I'm pretty sure, is the Seamwork pattern Amari sweatshirt. Did I do it? I did! Now this has been on my body a lot. I love it. Now I did the size 14, which it is a bit too big. So I already just trim the pattern down, pattern pieces down, so that when I make it again, I'll just do the size 12, and that'll be even still oversized, but like probably a better fit. But I don't care. I really love this piece. I used that French terry that I had, and I did one side, the wrong side facing out on the top, and then the right side down at the bottom. I also like folded over the cuff so that it would the wrong side would fit. The wrong side would show on the cuff and the hemband. So I think that that is a fun little detail that I added. I also added a contrasting zipper, which I think goes really nice with this orange color. So blue and orange, complementary colors. And yeah, I love it. And it was a super quick make. I added a little mindful wardrobe tag in it, and I love it. I'm so happy I made it. Overall, love this one and highly recommend this pattern. I do think I need to, and I just haven't. It doesn't say to in the instructions. I just need to go and top stitch the collar because it kind of folds in on itself a little bit. It doesn't bother me when I'm wearing it, but when I look at it, I go, oh, I need to top stitch to that. So I just need to top stitch. It's not going to be a big deal. And I just need to put the thread in my machine and do it, which is half the battle, right? But that's the only thing I need to do on this. And whether I do it or not, who knows? The next thing that I talked about in my video was the Seamwork Nash pants. I made it! I love them. Came together really quickly. I did do the size, what did I say? I think I did a 12 at the waist and then a 14 at the hip. And that came out like this, and it was perfect. And this pattern has like really cool panels. You can really get the fit. I think I did do the like 12 to 14, and then I ended up taking some of the taking it in a little bit on the sides, but there's a few seams you can do it on. So like, even if you need like a better fit, you have more room to like be able to get the fit perfect. And I did have to take it in a little bit. Now, part of the pattern calls for like top stitching the waistband down. And I don't really like to do, I didn't want that. I don't know, I just didn't want it showing. So basically I just tacked it down on the seams on the front and the sides and then the back just to keep it down. So it does kind of, when you're not wearing it, it does kind of look like it is gonna flip up, but once you put them on, it does not do that. But I love the pockets on them. They're super comfortable. They also kind of look, you can kind of dress them up a little bit so they don't look like just like lounge pants. They're like kind of look nice. So this has been a great addition to my wardrobe. Like I said, I've worn them a bunch and I'm happy I did finally make these because they were on my plans probably all fall and winter. So I'm glad I did them at the end of winter. So the next thing that I talked about making was the Closet Core Elodie wrap dress. And did I make it? I didn't. I traced out the pattern. And then for the top, I sewed it, like basted the pieces together and tried it on. And I just knew like immediately that I was going to need some adjusting. And I had already done my normal adjustments. So I knew to do the broad back adjustment, which I did do. And I knew that I was going to have to lengthen the waist, which I did do. And then even after those things, it still wasn't, like I was still going to need to do some tweaking. So I decided that I was going to put that project on hold, so I put it aside. Now, what I did do in place of that I didn't share in my video, is I whipped up the Closet Core Blanca flight suit, and here it is. I did make the short, like I cut it into shorts, so it's like a romper version of it. So it's not long pants, it's shorts, and I did the broad back adjustment. I lengthened the waist a bit and I also lengthened the crotch a bit. So those are the adjustments I made, which I pretty much knew that I had to do. I also knew from my corduroy Blanca, I wanted to shorten the sleeves a bit. So I did that on them already. So these are like shorter than the pattern calls for. And I made it out of this really cool stretch like cotton fabric that I got from Mood. I had the zipper in my stash already, which is actually when I went to make my corduroy version of the Blanca flight suit, I bought, I think like 3 of the same length, but different shades of purple. So that I knew I could match my flight suit the best. And then this was just one of the other purple ones that matches the purple in the pattern. So I was like, perfect. So I had the zipper in my stash, and then I made the belt that you just tie. Pockets are great. This fabric is great. I also decided to make a feature of the back pockets. You can't really see it, but I made the back pockets into a heart shape. Look how cute. I really like it. I wore this in Florida when I was on vacation, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of it in the spring and summertime. And I feel like jumpsuits are like a complete outfit. There's not much you have to like do to accessorize it. So I like that about them. So I'm very happy to add this to my wardrobe. And I do the size 12 at the top, and I grade out to a size 14 at the hip. And next time I will be grading out to a size 16 at the hip, because I had to unpick and make a little, make a tiny seam allowance for the hips just to give me a little bit more room. I wrote on the notes part of my pattern, make a size 16 at the hips. But the size 12 at the bust is perfect. I love it. I love it. And then the next thing I talked about was working on the quilt that I'm making this year. And I had nothing done at the beginning of that video, and I'm happy to report that I did start on it. I have it all in this bag, but I have sorted my fabric, which I think I already had, but I had to do some adjustments. Like I thought I had it all laid out right, but I Had to make some adjustments, and now it kind of flows a bit better with like the colors, so I'm happy with that. And then I started cutting out the squares, and I actually don't have, I think I did half of them, and now I have to do the other half. But now that I have it, like I know what to do, I feel like it'll go faster. But yeah, I'm really excited to work on this. And honestly, I think this month of March, I'm gonna prioritize doing this quilt. I think I need that. I think that's the project that I wanna dive into. So I'm happy to report that I did work on my quilt, and I'm really happy with the progress, and I think it's gonna look really pretty when it's done. The other thing that I mentioned briefly was that I was going to make myself some Disney ears to go to Disney for my sister's 40th birthday. We went to Disney. I made ears, and not only for myself, but for my sister's friends. So I made, let's see, my sister's, I made 7 pairs of ears, and each one, we asked each one like what theme they wanted. So I went to Joann's, RIP, and got some fabric and made some Disney ears, and they came out really cute. Let me grab mine. Why don't I have them? Let me grab mine. Okay. They were in my suitcase, so they're a little smoshed. But these are mine, and how cute. I went a little crazy with mine, and these are all hand beaded. So mine took a lot longer than everybody else's, but I hand beaded these. Yeah, it took me, I don't even know. I could bet about 10 hours to make this total, which is kind of crazy, but honestly, it was fun, and I was happy to do it. I had a great time. It was a fun little project for me to make all of them, and we looked so cute together, all of us wearing them. So I did make these, and I made 6 more than I thought I was going to. Well, I knew I was gonna make some for my sister, so I thought I was gonna make 2, and then I ended up making 5 more. So, but they came out really cute, and I did follow a tutorial, and I'll try to remember to link it if anyone's interested on how I did it. I basically followed that video. I think I might do it a little differently next time, but I will link the video that I used. But they were fun, and everyone looked cute, so I made those. And then lastly, the thing that I talked about that I wanted to get to, at least not have completed but worked on, was the Butterick 4020 jacket and the Midnight Spruce linen that I got from, or that I ordered from Blackbird Fabrics. And I didn't work on it at all. I think what happened, obviously I made 5 more Disney ears than I thought. I'm gonna try to work on it this month. I would like to at least trace out the pattern and see how it's, maybe do a little mock-up to see. I did get the fabric in, and my worry in the video that I talked about it, I was worried that it wasn't going to be the same linen, and it isn't. It is a bit thinner, but I think it might still work, and I'm gonna give it a go. I think it'll be fine, actually. The colors are very, like, I don't think it's gonna look bad together, so that's not my concern. It is just a little bit thinner than I would like it to be, but that's my fault, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm happy with everything that I was able to get done in the months of January and February. I'm happy that I stuck to my plan, and that I got the things done that I really wanted to get done, and also subbed the thing that wasn't working for me, the Elodie wrap dress, and made the Blanca flight suit, and didn't stress when I wasn't gonna get to the Butterick pattern. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're back and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe, it's free. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I appreciate you all so much, and until next time, bye.